A quick thing before we get started on this video, just a heads up for this dub that I'm English and only going to be voicing the MC. So if my language speaking with the Japanese voice acting sounds jarring, I apologize for that. I'll also be using my name instead of the MC for personal reasons. Just wanted to bring that up if you're confused and taken aback.
俺だってお前をこんな場所に閉じ込めたくはない。お前には無限の可能性がある。その未来を奪うのは実に惜しい。無意味な幻想など捨ててしまえ。これ以上待っても無駄だ。勝ったのは俺だ。勝者のそばにいる方がこれからは 全てを二人で見届けよう。
The cold-blooded gaze of the mysterious figure comes into greater focus with every dream, piercing me through more than ever before. This time, it felt so real that I felt it was important I wake up at once. I opened my eyes to find that the fountain pen I was holding has rolled to the other side of the table. The soft swaying of the boat and sound of the waves slapping against the hull slowly bring me back to reality. Now I remember, this is the ferry bound for Street Shelter Academia. This is the manga I've been working on. It's only half finished. The final scene I love died at is the moment when the Emperor of the Otherworld declares his victory. I've been having the same dream for an entire year. In my dream, I see a vast continent covered in snow and ice. At first, all I can make out are indistinct blurs and shadows, but as the dream unfolds, some figures can be made out. I created internal conflicts between the major characters. The steadfast Silver Knight led the commoners in an uprising against the tyrannical emperor. For years, the two sides remained in an intersect stalemate, until a young girl made her grand entrance. If I had to sum it up, it's a love story set in a world of fantasy. I decided to tell the story in a manga titled In Passing and publish it on the internet. To my pleasant surprise, it caught the interest of a publisher. I now had the opportunity to work on my manga full-time. Writer's block was something I never considered when creating this standard pop bullet romance. After all, my inspiration came from my dreams. How could it run dry? 2 missed deadlines later, I had to face the ugly truth. I had run into my first case of serious writer's block. In the midst of the scattered piles of sketches on the desk is the finished finale for the first volume. The Silver Knight has succumbed to his injuries and lies on the ground defeated. The young girl has fallen into the tyrant's trap. An adequate ending, to be sure. You can never go wrong tugging on readers' heartstrings. But for some reason, I just can't bring myself to end the story like this. Do I really lack the necessary conviction to see the story through as I originally intended? Or could it be that I've grown too fond of my own characters?
朝食を持ってきたよ。
I hide behind the door, knowing who's waiting on the other side. A gust of water-soaked ocean air follows Ciel as he pushes open the door. Just as I'm about to jump out and give him a good scare,
いちごトーストを作ってきたんだけど、そんなことをしたらひっくり返しちゃうよ。
there wasn't the slightest hitch in Ciel's voice. It was like he had eyes on the back of his head. As the sweet aroma of strawberry jam spreads across the cabin, the notion of me pranking Ciel quickly gives way to desire to devour his delicious cooking, with which I'm all too familiar.
暗くなる前にはライラ島に着くからね。それにしても、もう一人暮らしをする年齢になったなんて、時が経つのはあっという間だな。
You're acting like we won't ever see each other again. You do realize now that I'm going to the academy where you work at, right? Ciel falls into a pensive silence.
そうだね。君が望むなら、これからも学院で会える。
CL works at Street Shelter Academia, where I'll be studying. However, whenever I probe for further details about what his work there actually entails, he never gives me a straight answer. CL was the first person I told after being admitted to the art department at Street Shelter Academia. I was beside myself then, so much so that I can't even remember his reaction at the time. I'm sure he felt happy for me. It's just that it can be hard to tell how CL is feeling sometimes because he's always so placid. Even now, he's got his usual ever-tempered perm smile plastered on his face.
実はこの学期中に特別な仕事があってね。今までのように毎日は会えなくなると思う。でも君が会いたいと望んだ時には必ず会いに行くよ。
You promise? Right before mother passed away, she had asked CL to assume guardianship over me. For as long as I can recall, CL has always been a calming, guiding figure in my life. He's never once left my side since my parents' passing. When I decided to study art and attend the academy, he was nothing but supportive. Maybe that's why the silver knight that appears in my dreams looks just like CL. Instead of answering my question, CL gazes at my drawings.
最近漫画のことで悩んでるだろう。君のことはわかるよ。前に言ったことを覚えているかい？クリエイターにとっていろんなものを見たり聞いたり経験したりすることはとても大切なんだ。天気もいいことだし、甲板に出てごらん。学院の生徒が他にもたくさんいるから友達を作ってくるといい。
After CL leaves, I look outside the window. Strangers stroll on the deck against the backdrop of the endless sea, stretching all the way across the horizon. It suddenly hits me that I'm far away from home. Well then. As I step onto the deck, the refreshing ocean breeze blows against my face. I am on my way to Street Shelter Academia, a strangely named yet highly renowned academy in the fields of art and research. Many well-known figures in the art world have sung the praises of the art department there. There are even rumors that Emerald, that artist of such intrigue, is a professor here. Every one of his pieces on the touring exhibit garnered universal praise, yet despite all the attention, no one knows anything about his true identity. Even though all the rumors are unsubstantiated, the mere mention of this legendary artist is enough to attract hordes of students to Street Shelter Academia. I will be here for the next few years honing my craft. I can't help but wonder what kind of art I'll be capable of producing by the end. To be honest, I have no clue. One thing I am sure of is that I'm eagerly anticipating the campus life that awaits me.